By the way, there is no kind of just one go. We say it depends. Each case has to be studied individually. Yeah, and then the ruling, because we have Islamic jurisprudence. So each case is decided individually. We don't give kind of it's okay to do it everyone, and we don't say it's okay not to do it everyone. We say there are some cases when when the greater harm on the women. For example, if a woman she is in a serious health circumstances, then in that case they may look into it in order to abort the child, in order to protect the life of the mother. That is something which is the Islamic juries actually, they have already discussed this. But we say to give general ruling, it's okay to do it. Any women, they can do whatever they want, they sleep around, whatever, and then after they will get pregnant, we say, let's abort the child. This innocent child who didn't do nothing in this world except that, he just only facing the consequence of his mother's behavior.
And the man as well.
And the man, of course, I'm
not just one side.
Both sides.
Because a lot of them might find themselves in a situation where they were promised the world and then they got it. You know what I mean? So
I understand. I totally appreciate it.
But there's another thing I have is like all these innocent children are born into some horrible circumstances where they're like set up, like they're just set up from the start in just horrible environments, not being loved, not being nurtured. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and
that's why.
No kind of consequences for that as well. Do you understand?
That's why, as I said to you, each case is being studied. But I'm just, what I'm pointing about.
I better go to my friend waiting.
Yeah, I know. But before you go, just wanted to mention a few things. Yeah. So we just wanted to say it's actually the morality had to be objective rather than to be subjective.
Yeah.
Now going back to the point, because I asked you the question which was initially, if Islam is the true faith of God, will you follow Islam?
Yeah, like. I have faith, and I do believe there's a higher power.
Good.
For sure.
Good.
Definitely. There's a lot out there that we have no idea, and we won't find out until our time has come.
What do you think about Jesus? Was he God, or was he a prophet sent by God?
See, this is where this is like. I'm raised Catholic.
Yeah, I know. They believe Jesus is God. Yeah.
But I'm very open-minded to a lot of stuff that's out there as well, because a lot of things are like based on where you're born and raised up as well.
Yeah, that's why we need to seek for the truth.
Yeah.
So that's why it's not just only what our parents, because some people will say, I was born in an atheist family, so I'll just become atheist.
It's like that,
or I became
like being Irish.
That's why God gives us this intellect to seek for the truth. So if the truth is there, we have to follow the truth. Do you agree?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Now, that's why the question goes back. If Islam is the true faith, that's my question, will you follow Islam? Bear in mind, the true faith.
I think I'm very I kind of follow my own direction.
I know. The true, I'm saying to you the truth. An objective truth, not subjective truth.
I think
meaning the truth for everyone.
For me, it's not like switching or something like that. For me, I seek I go back to the good. I just seek the good out of these things. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's my point.
I follow my roots, and I know myself. I do my prayer, I do my talks and whatever, and try and live by those moral compass. You know what I mean? And I think that's kind of my route that I'm.
Yeah, I understand. That's why we say, if Islam was the true faith, do you think we should follow it? And by the way, in Islam, you're not losing Jesus, by the way. Do you know that?
Yeah.
In Islam, we believe that Jesus was a prophet sent by God. We believe Jesus, he's a great prophet of God. And we believe in his miraculous birth, but we don't believe he's God. Because God...
God loves all creatures on earth, and I do think if you just follow just that good moral compass, then.
What is who these are the moral compass? It's subjective.
Innate, right and wrong. People know when they're doing right.
You're right. We have innate. That's true. And this is only if we don't live in a corrupt society. But we live in a corrupt society. Then the innate will be corrupt as well.
Right now, the world is on a negative karma tilt because of everything that's going on.
Yes, that's why now because of the morality being corrupt, because our innate
Yep.
been influenced by our society. Yeah, that's
so
why.
This is where you have to have your kind of make your informed decisions based on not just one piece of information. You know what I'm saying? You have to see it, the bigger picture.
Yeah,
And
the
you still
bigger
have to live
picture.
in it.
That's why.
But
That's
you
why
have
we
to-
say. That's why it has to be. Anyway, listen
It was a pleasure talking to you, my dear.
here.
I'm just conscious my friend is on the road and I kind of but it was really interesting talking to you.
Because since you're Catholic, you know the woman Mary is the only one named by herself, by in her name, in the Quran. She's the only woman named in the Quran.
Yeah.
And even the mother of Muhammad wasn't named in the Quran, wasn't mentioned as well even in the Quran. But you'll find them because she was a devoted woman of God.
Yes.
And she wasn't Christian.
Yeah. Interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, she was a believer, she was a God believer. Here you go, something for you to learn
Thank you,
and
my
something
dear.
for you. And if you have any questions, we look forward to seeing you again.
Hopefully, okay.
All right.
Take care.
All right, take care. By the way, do you have any kind of you know, there are some certain saying in Irish. They say things that you know, something that you recognize in Irish. They will say something, some terms or something. Just you know, teach me something. Irish terms.
Well, do you want the Irish for cheers?
Yeah.
Sláinte.
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 Okay.
SLA for the I and T. So you know when you say, people say cheers or whatever, we say sláinte.
Okay.
Okay. And
But just only for the drink or generally?
like around the table.
Just on the drink.
But you could, yeah. Well,
But
we could be
what
like,
about-
like a cheers.
Yeah.
How we say how we say thank you, translated into English, actually means it's very really like a thousand. God says 1,000 thank. You know what I mean? So Céad Míle Fáilte Róis.
How to say? Code?
Céad Míle Fáilte Róis.
Céad Míle Fáilte Róis.
Yeah. And
Céad Míle Fáilte Róis.
sometimes how we say hello, you can say Dia Gwit,
Diaguis.
and that actually means God be with you.
Diaguis.
Yeah, Dia Gwit.
Yeah, which idea from Dios, which is similar to Latin, from God,
Yes.
and guish,
With D-U-I-T, but we say Dia Gwit.
Diaguit.
So
Okay,
actually, that would be one. Dia Gwit, and it's actually God be with you.
Diaguit. All right, take care of yourself. All right, thank you. Thank you. Anyways, you know, we ask Allah to guide her, and as I mentioned to you, actually, from my experience with many Irish people that I have dealt with, I admire actually many good things. They are very family-oriented people. They are very loving people. They are generally, they are honest. That from my dealing, they are honest. They are trustworthy. They have very good, you know, very good aspects, and you know, and they fulfill. They will say. That's why when I said to her, by the way, I asked her initially, if Islam is the truth, will you follow Islam? Because if she said yes, she will do it. I know that. That's how they are. That's how the people are. But subhanallah, that's something which is good things in certain races, which is like, for example, Irish. They are one of those who I respect and I admire. They have some good things, and of course, every nation they have, you know, pros and cons, etc. But in overall, we always see and look into the bright side and the beautiful side of any, you know, of any people. May Allah guide us all to the right path. Jazakumullah.